A bill under consideration in the state legislature would require some businesses who get a tax credit to justify their use of that money, which you can imagine is causing quite a stir in our business community. For more, let's turn to John Hazlehurst from the Colorado Springs Business Journal. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Ken.
First of all, let's give us the nuts and bolts of this bill.
Well, it's sponsored by Representative Sal Pace from Pueblo, a Democrat, and it basically makes businesses that receive any kind of tax breaks, whether they be tax credits, cash payments, assistance in worker retraining, to justify those breaks and to report how they use them and how they were employed to the state. And, you know, if they don't have good justification, then they won't get any more tax breaks.
Well, and I'm sure this is probably the crux of the argument. What is considered good justification?
Well, I don't know if that's the crux of the argument. The argument is the very low level. It's $25,000 bucks. Well, of course, a business that receives a tax break worth $25,000 of some sort is probably not going to get $25,000 in cash. They're going to get, you know, worker retraining. They might get certain kinds of, you know, utilities rebates, but it's not going to add up to like a check for $25,000. Compliance with this will be extremely expensive, several thousand bucks. And so businesses are like saying, what are you going to do with this information? What is the purpose of it? The state already collects most of this information. They're saying the last thing they need is another state bureaucracy with whose mandates they have to comply with, and it just makes it ends up by making Colorado less attractive for business, not more attractive.
And that's the big fear. What's the benefit for the state? Why introduce the bill in the first place?
Well, one of the benefits for the state is that it will tighten the use of tax breaks, and it will enable the state to collect more revenue than they will get. They're also charging a, quote, origination fee for any kind of tax break, which off the bat the business will have to pay a couple of $1,000 bucks just so they can have a cumbersome bureaucratic mandate to comply with. And of course, they're not real happy about it.
Yeah, and the fight will go on. If you'd like to read more about this article in depth, it's in this current edition of the Colorado Springs Business Journal. John Hazlehurst, thanks so much for coming in.